You're on centralcoastradio.com. Well, now I'm going to take a look at a brand new film that is out in cinemas right now. It is called The Miracle Club, and this is kind of an amazing drama because it takes a look at something that I didn't know about. Now, often in the Catholic faith, you will hear people talk about Lourdes, not the cricket ground, but a sacred church in France. And to be honest, I did know the story of Lourdes because I saw a film a few years ago that actually showed the events that now makes people believe that this is a sacred place where people can go to be healed. I just didn't know that at the time until I watched this film that is what we call Lourdes today. Now, in this film, we see an amazing journey because what happens is every year, Father Dermot Byrne, played by Mark O'Halloran, takes a group of people from Dublin to Lourdes on a journey of reflection, healing, and, of course, spiritual reflection. Now, it does cost a little bit for that journey to happen, and for most people that means that they can't go. But every year there's kind of a competition, like a talent competition, for people to be able to try and win tickets to be able to go. And in doing so, we see three very interesting characters end up on this trip. First of all, there's Eileen Dunn, played by Kathy Bates, who kind of feels like she's taken for granted by her partner. He is your stereotypical kind of father that drinks too much, is never there for the kids or anything like that. So, poor Eileen has never been able to do the trip to Lourdes, and she's always wanted to. So she's the first person on the trip. The second person going on the trip is Lily Fox, played by Maggie Smith, someone who has never recovered from the fact that her son was tragically killed in circumstances that differ from whoever you are talking to. The third person who goes on the trip is Dolly Hennessy, played by Agnes O'Casey, who really wants to go on this trip because she wants to try and find healing for her son who doesn't speak. Now, the fourth person who goes on this trip, now those three win their tickets to go on the trip. The fourth person who also goes on the trip is Chrissy Ahern, played by Laura Linney, whose mother has recently passed away. Now, her mother was really good friends with Eileen and Lily, and something happened, and I won't go into spoiler territory to say what happened, but something happened years earlier that caused Chrissy to flee from Dublin and go to America. Now, at that time, she was dating Lily's son when all of this happened, and because nobody really knows the truth of what happened, or people have been clouded by their own emotions, Eileen and Lily are kind of hostile towards Chrissy, which Dolly can't understand. Now, this is where I think this film, which is directed by Thaddeus O. Sutherland, is actually a pretty intelligent film, because there's a lot of questions raised about faith and whether or not Lourdes is actually somewhere where you can go and get healing. And of course, that is the big journey for Dolly, wanting to get her son healed. But this journey also takes on another kind of dimension, because there needs to be a healing between Eileen, Lily, and Chrissy. There is clearly hostility there, which overflows at times, and poor Father Dermot finds himself in the middle of it. And that's where this film is powerful, because what is healing? Is healing the fact that you can go to Lourdes and sit in a spa and potentially get healed that way? Or is healing the fact that these four amazing women go on this journey together where they're kind of forced to be with one another and to talk things out? This is kind of a deceptive film, because when you look at the poster and the trailer of it, it looks like this kind of beautiful film about a journey, and it is, in a sense. But there's also some pretty hostile and vicious moments in this film as well. Eileen never holds back with how she feels about Chrissy, and as a result, you get these brilliant performances, scenes between Kathy Bates and Laura Linney, two of the most powerful actresses that we've had in Hollywood over the last 30, 40 years, going at each other. But I loved also the fact that this is a film about reflection. There's a Maggie Smith's character, Lily. She needs to reflect, she needs to heal, and she needs to know the truth. And the way that the screenplay here, which is written by a team of screenwriters, brings all of that to the surface and has it plays out, really means that this film is right up there with a big action film when it comes to suspense and things like that. So there is a power to this film. Don't write it off as some kind of flowery feel-good movie about four women on a journey, because this film is a lot more powerful than that. I love the performances in this. Laura Linney, Kathy Bates, Maggie Smith are all amazing, as you would expect them to be, but you've also got this amazing performance by Agnes O'Casey as well, who really shows that she's an actress on the rise, and her performance here is absolutely amazing. So look, go along and check out The Miracle Club if you can. It is a stunningly beautiful film with the way that it's shot and the way it captures Dublin and also Lords, but it is also an amazing film because it's the kind of film that makes you go away and think as well. It makes you reflect on, what do you need healed in your life? What is healing? Like I said, it raises questions about Lords, but it also talks about the healing journey that these women go on. It's powerful when it needs to be. It's heartbreaking in other parts. So be prepared to laugh, be prepared to cry, because that's what you're going to get from The Miracle Club. I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5. Go along and check it out. It's got a kind of limited release, so make sure you check your local cinema guide to see if it's showing anywhere near you, but definitely go and check out The Miracle Club. I'm giving it 3 out of 5.